Hi everybody, it's Professor Michalsen. It's nice to meet all of you. For those of you that I haven't met, sorry I won't be seeing you in person just yet. And for those of you that I've had before, good to see you again. So what I'm going to do in this first video is to introduce you a little bit to criminology and to go over the syllabus really quickly. The length of these videos will not be the length of a normal class because there are other materials that you'll be reviewing and doing the reading. So it won't be the same as a regular class, but I'll give you the outlines of what you need to know. So before I start with the nitty-gritty, I'd like to actually get your brain into thinking like a theorist. Except instead of talking about crime, we're going to talk about something totally different. And there's a discussion board on Blackboard that goes along with this discussion. So I will start the conversation and you guys get it going on Blackboard and the discussion boards. I'd like you to think about weight loss. What do you think is the reason why people gain weight or lose weight? Is it genetic, something that's in people's DNA, that they will be heavier or lighter? Is it something that is dictated simply by behavior? Or is it something that has to do with external factors such as poverty? People living in poor neighborhoods, for example, might not have the same access to fresh fruits and vegetables as other people do. What about psychological reasons? Does your mom go for the ice cream every time she's stressed out? Does your dad, I don't know, stop eating when he's angry? And you learned from that. Maybe it's food addiction. Maybe you believe that people have food addictions that cause them to have less control over their ability to decide whether to eat or not eat. I'd like you to think about those things. What are the reasons behind people's weight, and what do you believe, and why do you believe those things? This class is focused on taking the mindset of a criminological theorist to thinking about crime. There are, just like with weight loss or weight gain, there are many different ways that theorists have chosen to think about crime. And over time, those ways of thinking have changed. And we have research that backs certain things up and research that disproves other things. So as you think about your beliefs about weight loss, for example, then try to transfer that and see how might that affect how you think about crime and what the causes are behind crime. So that's me starting the discussion going. Get over to the discussion boards on Blackboard and keep that discussion moving. What I'd like to now talk about is our syllabus. Obviously, this class is mostly up on Blackboard, is totally up on Blackboard, though I will be having office hours when you can come visit me. But the syllabus is on Blackboard, and you should reference it early and often. I'm just going to highlight a couple of quick things. What you'll see is that your grade is made up of 5 different components. We will be having quizzes to make sure that you're doing the reading. You'll be participating in Blackboard using the discussion boards. There will be a minimum number of posts, for example, that you'll need to put up on Blackboard. Because we're not going to be in a regular classroom, the discussion boards on Blackboard become our place to communicate and become one of the places that I use to make sure that you understand what you're reading, what I'm saying in the videos. You'll also be completing a paper, and you'll have a midterm exam and a final exam. All of these things will be submitted online. I have taught an online class before, but I haven't taught criminology before. So some of this is going to be a little bit new to all of us. All right? Now, also important, something else that I wanted to highlight is the nature of this class being online. That doesn't mean that this is going to be an easy class. I feel strongly that the amount of knowledge that you would gain from an in-class experience should be equaled in an online experience. So be ready to do some work. If you feel as though you are falling behind, please send me an email or, I don't know, make an appointment with me to sit down in my office hours so that we can talk about it, and try to do that earlier rather than later. If you feel like you're falling a little bit behind, it's better to talk to me earlier rather than at the end of the semester. Okay? I do offer extra credit opportunities in this class. Generally, it will be attendance at a particular event that happens on campus, and I'll send out announcements periodically when those extra credit events are possible. I unfortunately have had a few experiences with students not acting honestly with their work. So anything that you hand in will go through something called Safe Assign on Blackboard. You will submit the paper through Safe Assign, and it will check the paper by online resources that will make sure that you didn't copy it from somewhere else. If you have any questions at all about how to cite other people's material, about what counts as cheating or what counts as okay, then please just contact me. I'd rather we have the conversation earlier. It's totally fine. Okay? The book is Schmalger. It's a 2009 text called Criminology Today. It's available at the bookstore. Make sure that you're doing your reading and keep up with it. Again, if you have trouble keeping up, talk to me about it. The reading schedule will go by a regular semester reading schedule, and the quizzes will be based on your readings. Every once in a while, there will be a reading that is not in the book, but all of those materials will be available in the course documents section of Blackboard, where these videos are, for example. All right, so if you have any questions about the syllabus, make sure that you let me know about them or post up to Blackboard, and we can answer any questions that come through. A quick introduction to who I am. As I said, I'm Professor Michalsen. This is my, gosh, I guess it's my 3rd year at Montclair? No, it's got to be my 4th year here at Montclair. I'm in the Justice Studies Department, though I also teach classes in the Women and Gender Studies Department. My specialty has to do with women in the criminal justice system, specifically women who are incarcerated and women who are coming out of incarceration. I worked for a number of years before this at an organization called the Women's Prison Association, which provides direct services to women who are incarcerated and who are coming out of incarceration. I managed all of the data for that organization, and I still maintain strong ties to it. If you're interested in that topic or the organization, please just let me know. I'd be happy to connect you up to it. I've created a discussion board on Blackboard so that you guys can introduce yourselves to me and to each other. You should feel free to use that over the course of the semester to talk about your expectations for the class or something you're excited about, or maybe you, I don't know, won some sort of contest and you want us to know. I would love to hear about that. That would be great. All right, so 2 other things. First, there's one last discussion board that I want to tell you about. It is a police log discussion board. It's an activity that I love to do in a classroom, and we're going to see how it works online. I'd like you to now take what you did with weight loss and weight gain and then apply it to crimes. So take a look at the discussion board, the police log discussion board. It's some crimes from my hometown newspaper, the Hamden Chronicle, from Hamden, Connecticut. And you'll take those crimes and make up some stories. What caused those crimes? What happened to spark them off? And what happens afterwards? And then you guys can get started on your new career as criminologist. So speaking of criminology, the last thing I'd like to do is talk just briefly about what criminology is. Criminology is a science that studies crime and delinquency, criminal behavior. Really the focus is on different forms of criminal behavior, what the causes are, what the definitions are, and how societies or the criminal justice system, for example, reacts to criminal behavior. Crime crime, importantly, is a legal term. It is a violation of criminal law. So it is something that we as a society have agreed is something that we do not want to permit. It's not necessarily something that is morally wrong. That is a whole different concept altogether, and we'll talk more about that. Criminologists, I am a criminologist. My PhD is in criminal justice, and I am a criminologist. Criminology scientifically studies all of these different crimes and the people who commit them, and how criminal behavior is controlled by a society. The goal is to study these things scientifically so that then we can react to them. There are many different ways to think about crime. Many different criminologists, thousands of criminologists who think about it in many different ways, from believing that it is something genetic, to believing that it is a rational choice, to believing that it has something to do with important moments in people's lives, like getting married or having children. And we will learn about all of those different theoretical perspectives over the course of this semester. We will also, the first half of the semester, we're going to talk about criminological theories. And then the second half of the semester, we're going to talk about different crimes. And actually, at the end there, we're going to slip in a bit of discussion about the criminal justice system. But all of it is going to be focused on thinking like criminologists and applying those theories to those crimes, okay? So, take a look at the syllabus. We've got reading for next class. And taking a look at those discussion boards. Let's get those discussions going. And if you have any questions at all, please just send me a quick email. I'm pretty good about getting back to people. And I look forward to the rest of the semester with you. All right? Take care.